All right, all right. Hello, Gun Nation. How's everyone doing this evening? We will do a quick roll call. We got Mike High, Ranger 10, Scott 79, Gloffing, reloading from the Hot Pot. Congratulations to Reloading for the Hot Pot for hitting his 3,000 subscribers. He has a little, him and Chris are doing a little thing over on Chris's channel. Chris from the 740 after my chat. We got Lake Ozark Guy, Dirt Track 410, Pistol Pete, and Fina. Hello, Fina. All right. And there was a question. I asked Ranger to remind me, and he did. All right. He said, you asked me to remind you about the Axil Ear Pro. I have them and be interested in your thoughts. Actually, there they are right there. It's the Axil 2.0 Extreme. I had the version ones. Just going to let you know, I had the version ones and they sucked. I wore them one time, they sucked. Ended up giving them to a buddy of mine that doesn't really shoot. He wanted to use them to work out with, or he needed some earphones to work out with. So he liked them just for that, and they worked okay for just that. These I got to try because they said they had corrected everything, and let's just say I've got a review I'm going to be doing on them, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I had one incident with them, but do I recommend buying them if you're thinking about it? Yes. So I would recommend these, but I did have one issue, but I'll go over it in the review. So that's what I can kind of tell you now. Let's see here. Let me catch back up here. Hello, Floridian. How are you? Hey, Chris from the 740. How are you? Dennis Buckner. As y'all saw, what I kind of titled this chat is Like It or Not. And what I wanted to do, because I have people ask me all the time, hey, do you like this gun? Do you not like that gun? Do you like this gun? Do you not like that gun? So basically, I'm going to let y'all ask me if you've got a particular gun in mind, whatever the gun is, and you want my opinion on it, ask it. Or a piece of gear, maybe that I've reviewed or something you've tried. I'll tell you. If I haven't tried it, I'll be straight up honest with you. If I've shot it, I'll tell you. But if you want to know my opinion on a particular gun, put it down there, and I'll try to get to all these comments that I can. But I thought that would be kind of fun because I have so many freaking questions about particular guns that people ask. Even if I'm doing a P322 video, people will ask about a totally different gun, nothing about that video I did, and I'll give them my opinion or say, hey, like, dislike, or whatever. So let's see here. Ranger, have I shot the new Sig X365X macro? I have not, but I have played with it. I've played with it in the store, put my hands on it, did all that other stuff, and is it for me? No. I'm not saying it's a bad gun, but it's not for me. So, but could it be a good gun for someone else? Yes, I think it could. What I would have rather seen, rather than do the 3.1-inch barrel with a 17 round grip, I think they should have done an XL, the longer barrel, like an XL slide. I don't even know if that comp's necessary because, in my opinion, and I'll stand by it, it's not a true comp. A comp actually goes to the barrel, so you get no blow by this way, no blow by out the front. Everything goes to the top. And in a threaded barrel, that's what it does. So that's not a true comp. Now, does it help? I'm sure it does. But to the extent a real comp does, I don't think it does. And I'll stand by that. But I think it's a good gun. It's going to sell the crap out of it. I know it is. It's just not for me, but that's my opinion. So, oh boy, Dennis is pushing it now. High Point, like it or love it? Neither. They are very good for door stops and holding up a safe. If y'all don't know a lot about them, they're actually made out of zinc. So it's a really soft, if you drop that gun, you can break chunks out of that gun. Now, if it's, your budget and you need something to defend your life and that's all you can afford, by all means, get it. You know, I'm not here to bash anybody's gun or anything like that, so please don't take it that way. Sig P320 AXG Pro. I have shot that. I think it's a cool gun. I like the alloy frame on it, and I like how you can change the grip textures on it, because I would have super aggressive grips from Lock. And if y'all need any, Lock does make grips for the AXG Pro. You can get them thin, thick, aggressives, non-aggressive, whatever you want. They even make brass ones. And you can use my code if you want with Lock grips. It's BJGG10, all caps. I'll save you 10% off. But I actually think it's a pretty nice gun. Probably if I was ever going to get a Sig, that would probably be the one that I would get. But, and I'll just tell you, I don't dislike Sig. I really don't. They are very innovative. They come out with new stuff all the time, and that can be a good or a bad. The thing that I really, really, really don't like about Sig, at one time, y'all might not know it, but I've had Sigs in the past. I had the Legion, you know, the original one, and y'all all saw the videos. I had a problem with the basically I could just rack it and let go of it, and it would stay out of battery, and your guide rod was sticking out. I had numerous times with that. I even did it on video. I was just sitting there racking it, slingshotting it really hard. Sometimes it would stick, sometimes it wouldn't. It would be a perfectly clean gun. Contacted Sig. They basically told me to pump sand, so I said, screw you, and I got rid of the gun. So I only own one Sig now. That is that P322. But I'm not real fond of Sig's triggers. Ever since they replaced the triggers and did them for the upgrade, for the drop safety situation, they've just never been that great. And even with the Bruce Gray triggers and all these other, or Gray Guns triggers and all these other things, I don't care for them. But that's just me. Not knocking anybody. Please don't hate on me. It's just all of these are my opinions. 92FS. 92FS is a good gun. All the Berettas are really good guns. I like the Berettas. The only thing I don't like about them is they're not long enough for my hand. Like the Shadow 2 has a longer grip. That's why I prefer it. They're great shooting guns. I think if I had any Berettas like that, I would send them all to Langdon, and I'd have the RDO slides put on them by him. I'd have them milled for that. The Beretta factory milled, that little bullshit plate, that's junk. Screw that thing. I would only have Langdon do them. But Beretta's a great gun. It's been around forever. I've owned them in the past. They just don't do much for me now, but you can make them super, super nice, and I've shot plenty of them. So nothing wrong with Berettas. And their triggers can be really good after Langdon fixes them up. All right, KO4S4, how are you? It says, I'm about to take the New Jersey concealed carry test. They test up 25 yards on the FBI target. What gun would you test with? They list your gun on your carry card, so optic only for me. In my opinion, I would go with a compact or above to take your test. That would be my preference, but that's what I carry anyway, because I think with a little more weight, a little bigger, I don't know how big your hands are, but a little more grip on there will probably give you better shots than maybe a little small gun. And I'll take this off real quick so I can show you. With my hand size, when I wrap it around a small gun, most of the triggers aren't more forward, they're more backwards. So, and I always use the pad. I guess I'll show you here. I use this little part right here. I don't hook. I use that middle little pad for my triggers, or to put my fingers on all the triggers. So if it's too small of a gun when the trigger's too far back, during recoil or shooting, even with a really strong left hand, just due to the way my fingers are made, I can tilt the gun a little to the left. So on small guns, they don't really work for me. They don't fit my hands very well. So I would recommend compact to a full size. I've seen people shoot them, hell, way, way back when, about 1,000 years ago. I took mine with a subcompact. That was, 30 years ago. So, it's whatever you think you want to do. Hello, Abigail. How are you? Okay, Laugo Alien or Staccato XC. Hello, Needles. How are you? Um, I have shot both of them, and this is my opinion. The Laugo is a great shooting gun, super flat, super fun, all of that. However, it kind of fits one purpose, and that's competition. That's really the only purpose it fits. Where the XC, now of course, if you shot the XC in USPSA or whatever, you'd have to shoot it in open because of the comp. But it has more uses. I mean, you could carry it, and you could carry a Laugo if you want to. I wouldn't. Um, but it has more uses, I think, in everyday life. Like if you wanted to carry it, you wanted to compete with it, you want to use it for a home defense gun, all of the other things. The only thing I'll say about the Laugo, the Alien, is when I shot it about, what was it? It was probably about 2 or 3 full mags. I think it was 2 full mags. I mean, I was shooting it really fast. I've got videos on it. And the trigger was getting freaking hot. I'm talking not just warm, it was getting hot. I mean, as I was cranking on it, I could feel it burning my trigger, my finger. I'd come back and then it'd come off. I was trigger slapping it a little bit to keep my finger off the trigger. If I held it all the way back to the safe or to the reset and came out, it would actually burn my finger. So I wasn't real fond of that. Also, I started choking the gun. He had already put about, I don't know, 200 or 300 rounds through it without cleaning it. I think I put 100 rounds through it, or 75, maybe 50 or 75 rounds through it. I don't remember. And it was starting to choke. It needed to be cleaned. So about, I think every 400 rounds, you pretty much have to detail that gun. So I just think the Staccato is more usable in all different applications, where the Laugo is really not. But they're both great guns. So don't get me wrong. Yep, Dennis remembers. Yeah, that X5 gave me nothing but problems. That thing was a pain in the ass. And Sig actually said it was my fault. I sent them pictures. They said I had the guide rod in crooked, which was bullshit. I even turned it 180 degrees. I already told them I tried that. It didn't fix it. I mean, all I was basically asking for is a new guide rod. That's all it needed. I could even put the 2-piece Legion guide rod in it. But I'm just like, F you, I'm done. Like it or not, IWI Masada line. They have a new compact out. Actually, the IWI Masada is really a good gun. I've shot it. I did not shoot it with an optic on it. It was cut for an optic. We just didn't have he didn't have an optic on it at that time. I shot it. The trigger's a little different, but it's actually a very shootable gun. The trigger's not bad. The price points are good. Um, I mean, I think it's a very good option, and IWI makes really good guns. So I would say, yeah, it's a good gun. Let's see here. Thinking of putting some Birchwood Casey brass black on my brass grips. They didn't offer them in the Cerakote, or I would have bought those. Yeah, you can actually patina them quicker. You can soak them in salt water. There's a whole technique. You can even Google it, but like how to patina brass quicker. If you want to do that, you can soak it in salt water or something like that. It's a mixture, and then you heat them up in the oven on a plate or on a pan. So if you want to patina it, you can. I kind of like the natural patina. I've got a set that are naturally patinaing. I'll show you this right here too. I even have one of their brass stands that I absolutely love, and this thing's heavy as shit. You can actually see it's hard to see on the camera, but it's actually naturally patinaing, and it's starting to get kind of a cool looking patina going on it. So I was going to naturally do that one, but I did Cerakote one set of my brass grips. They did it for me while I was there, or excuse me, Fire for Effect did it. So I did have them do the one. I wish we would have done orange with black over it, but we did black with orange over it, or something like. No, I'm sorry, we did orange with black over it, and I wish we would have done it the other way so it'd have a little more orange, but they came out really good. You can also spray paint them. I mean, I've seen people that have done it, and they'll just kind of wear off in the higher spots. Or you could just naturally patina them. I think patina looks badass. I even had one of my guns done in patina. If y'all have seen my Ultimate Truck gun, I actually had it Cerakoted in a patina look. What's up? Yep, Tradbo time. I got all that bush cut off. Matter of fact, as a joke, well, it's not really a joke. My wife loves my long hair. So I had him pull it all back and put it in a ponytail and cut it and held the ponytails that damn, I think it's that damn long. Tie it all up, and I gave it to my wife as a ponytail, and I said, here you go. So I can always grow it back, but my hair grows really fast. Let's see here. Triarc TR1111. I have shot 2 Triarcs. I've shot the 5-inch 2011, and I've shot the 4-inch 45. I think they're good guns. Honestly, for what they are, I think they're a tad overrated. Not that they're bad. Don't take this the wrong way. I just think they're a bit overrated for what you pay for them. Honestly, and this is my honest opinion, I think the MPA is a better gun than the Triarcs. This is my opinion. Please don't beat me up over it if you own Triarcs. I'm not hating on your child, even though your kid might be ugly. Just playing, but I mean, I think they're a bit overrated. So that's just my opinion. Let's see here. Can you share the Langdon link or info to contact? Just look up Langdon Tactical, and hell, they'll pop up. I mean, he's got a website, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got all that, but it's Langdon Tactical. And he's also a really good shooter. Let's see here. Some pistols you could pull or put the trigger or put the longer slide on to qualify, and then switch the compact slide, CZ P10 or M&P. You can do that. Yeah, that's true. Abigail, tried my first bourbon this week. Also been busy getting ready to move. Where are you moving to, and what kind of bourbon did you try? Curious. Congratulations on your first tonight I'm actually having vodka and Sprite Zero, because it is freaking hot as hell here. Very humid today. And I am, that's like a real super refreshing drink, so I like it occasionally. Bullet's one of my favorites. I just had that last week. What's up, Bald and Curious? How are you? Yep, that right there. Yeah, it'll make your sticker peck out. Big J, no Sig P226 in your collection? No, I've had Sigs in the past. I had a 226, or the bigger one. What is the bigger one? Is that the 226 or the 229? I can't remember. I had the 226. I've shot plenty of Sigs. I've had Sig 1911s. I had the 1776 edition that I tricked all out and did all that to it. But when everybody was buying guns and those prices were going crazy, I got an offer on that gun I could not refuse. And you'll have to remember, I've got other 1911s, and I have one that is, every time I go to the range to shoot a 1911, it's hard to pass on that one. And y'all know which one I'm talking about if you follow me. So I just really never shot the other one that much. Let's see here. Have you shot your MPA DS9 Hybrid recently? How are you liking it? I love it. Yes, I just shot it, and if you're not aware, I actually have the MPA carry, and that's another thing I had on my list here. It's the MPA DS9 carry, commander length. I've already filmed the video. It was the Staccato C2 without the comp and without the threaded barrel. It had the stock barrel. I put the stock barrel back in it, so it's the stubby barrel. So I did the Staccato C2, against the MPA DS9. I shot, here's my book right here. I shot another 150 rounds through the MPA carry. So I've already filmed that video, and it's basically like 4 videos, and I just kind of stuck them all together, but it's shooting different things, comparing the two within the same like target. So I've got like one of these targets, these little 3-inchers, if y'all can see them very well. I've got like one of these on a target and then one of these on the other side, so they're this way, and the left is like the Staccato and the right is the DS9. So I do a lot of comparisons between them. I also talk about fit, finish, how it feels in the hand, how the recoil is compared to the other. I try to break it down the best way I can for y'all. So that video is already filmed. It's in the queue. So it might be out this week, if not definitely next week. So there's that. But yes, I love the MPA DS9 Hybrid. I've actually shot it against a Atlas Athena. I've got a video on it. It's a great gun. MPA makes great guns, and for the price that you pay, it's very, very hard to beat that gun. And everything that they use is made in-house pretty much, except your trigger, your sear, your connector, but everything else is made in-house, and it's all billet. So there's no forged or MIM parts on that gun. You had hair like a god. Thanks, Uncle Dan, but it is what it is. You got to get that shit cut off every once in a while. I didn't lose any of my powers. I was wondering about it. I didn't lose any of my secret powers. Hello, Victor. How are you? Victor from Alaska, man. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in, man. All right, y'all got to have more than that. Damn, like it or not, Liz Cheney out of office in a landslide. Yes, very glad about that. Very glad about that traitor being gone. They need to clear all that shit out. Grey Goose and Sprite Zero. Yeah, it's very good. I really like it. I don't use Grey Goose. I use Tito's, and I forget. There's another, because it's made in Texas. I try to support Texas companies. Tito's, and there's another. I already finished my Tito's. This is another one I just cracked open today. And I always keep the vodka in the fridge because I like cold vodka. But it's another Texas vodka, and I can't remember the damn name. All right. So if you want me to tell you anything about other guns, please let me know, and I'll give you opinions. And like I said, if I haven't shot it, I'll tell you I haven't shot it. Because as y'all always know, and what I say, I buy what I want, and I shoot what I want, and I carry what I want, and all that. So that's just another thing. Oh, also, I did want to let y'all know, I do those little political memes and stuff. A lot of y'all's comments are getting deleted. And what YouTube now has done is it'll show like 2 comments. I'll go in there and look, and there's no comments. I actually have to manually tap a button to display comments. Then it'll open them up, and then I can see them. They're trying to hide comments now, and some they're actually deleting. So I'm not deleting your comments. YouTube is doing that, just so you know, and they're hiding a lot of your comments too. So there you go. I don't delete comments. No, but I did do I did at first do a mullet when I had that big long back. I had him shave the side for mullets, and I took pictures of it and asked my wife I said, hey, what do you think about this? And she goes, I love it. And I was like, it's a freaking joke. I'm not keeping my shit like that. I had that back in the day when I was in high school. I played football and had a mohawk mullet and had my number shaved on the side of my head. That's the dumb shit we did back in high school. Hello, IBG. Yep, got it chopped off. Yeah, Floridian, I'm noticing that too. Went to Cabela's in Charleston, West Virginia. They had tons of ammo, all calibers, and even more guns. Most I've ever seen, yeah. And I've talked to a lot of the gun shops, and they have a ton of guns in stock. And guns aren't selling super like they used to, just flying off the shelves. So they are getting a lot of guns in stock. And if you'll notice, all you have to do is Google like gun promotions or Smith & Wesson gun promotions, uh, Springfield Armory gun promotions. Everybody's running a promo. Like if you buy this gun, you get 3 free mags and a gun bag. I mean, there's tons of promos out there, and a lot of them aren't even advertised. So definitely look them up online if you're thinking about buying one of those particular guns. Not the super popular guns that everybody wants right now, but if there's something else that you want, I would definitely look up and see if there's a promo on it, because a lot of the gun stores aren't even advertising them. Yeah, LZ, I just talked about that. I did. I know you probably just jumped in, but I did a thing about that. Somebody asked me, so you could, maybe check it out. Let's see, Eli 22 LR ammo, any good? Yeah, Eli's actually really good. So I've got a lot of it too. It's pretty good stuff. um, yeah, Sig P320. Yes, it's a 22 caliber, 20 round. I just put out a video on it. I mean, that's like I don't know. I think I've put out tons of videos on it. Ooh, what gun under $400 do you like or do you own? Well, I mean, I guess I've got I mean, I was one of the first ones to get it way back in the day. I have the Smith & Wesson 1.0 shield. It's not stock though. It's got a 3.5 pound trigger and a shield. A lot of people probably freak out about that. I've got the Shield 45. I don't really shoot them that much though. Just being honest, I don't have a bunch of guns under $400. Not trying to diss on that. I just don't really own a lot of them. I mean, there's a lot of them out there that are pretty decent, like the IWI that we just talked about. I don't know if it's 400, but let's see here. Yep, the High Point C9 is my favorite gun. That's definitely my favorite gun. Favorite gun to shoot with another gun. Actually, reloading from the hot pot. If you check, I have put some up on my channel. Uh, yeah, I've got some up on the channel. You have to go back and look at them. A lot of people used to think, because in the summertime I was super tan. Everybody used to think that I was Hispanic. They would come up and start speaking Spanish to me. They thought I was Hispanic. I was like, no, I don't even know Spanish. I took 2 years of it in high school. Can't speak a bit of it now, except the cuss words. Free grip zone with every purchase. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to find it. Yeah. I mean, I love 308s. I'm a 308 freak. That's actually a pretty interesting question. What's the max price y'all are willing to pay for a bottle of whiskey? Um, I've taken customers out before, and I bought a bottle of Pappy. Um, it wasn't cheap, but I bought a bottle of Pappy, and we finished that off with a bunch of customers one night. Um, that was back before it's super heyday now. I guess I should say that. It was still expensive, but it wasn't what they're asking for now. And honestly, Pappy's not that great. I think it's way the hell overrated. The most I've paid for a bottle was like maybe $210 $210. $215, something like that. I don't buy those $500 and $600 bottles and shit like that. Needles, I have not shot the Canic Rival. I have not shot it. I have a buddy who has it, but I personally have not shot it. I've shot the SFX, the SF. I shot the Compact. I can't remember the name on that one. I shot I think it's like the Glock 19 size, but I have not shot the Rival. Yeah, I mean, the APX is not a bad gun. It's really not. Yeah, the TX22 is under $400 for the regular one. I've got that competition one, Uncle Dan, so it wasn't 400. It was more than that, but that is a great gun. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I bought a P10C for under $400 back when shit was cheap. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, Pistol Pete. Yeah, probably. I have one P10C I think that was that much, and that was the non-optic ready one. And I think I bought one of my PO7s, so I guess I should think about that. I think one of my PO7s was under $400. KO is saying, "Hey Big J, I tried a C2 with the Gen 1 grip. It fit my small hand. I might get one now." Cool, man. Congratulations. You can take those grips, and a lot of people can modify them. They can sand them down, to probably fit you better. I mean, any of the grips they can. Hello, Clyde. How are you, man? Victor got the Sig P320 for $410. Yeah, I mean that's a good price. Freedom Munitions has some good deals on ammo right now. Any experience with a Sig Romeo 4 with the Juliet magnifier? No, I have the Sig Romeo 5, or the Sig, what is it, the Sig Romeo 5. I've got several of those. I've got the 4 Tactical. I think it's the 4 Tactical, but I don't have any of the Sig magnifiers. I have the Sig Romeo 4 Tactical, I think is what it's called. And it's actually not a bad red dot. I haven't had any problems with it. Oh, it was my fault, but I flipped it upside down because I was working on it, so I was resting it on the optic, and I was doing some shit to it, and it pushed the buttons. And when I turned it back over, I was looking through it, and I couldn't get it to come back on or off. I don't know. I guess maybe because I was putting pressure on the buttons, so it probably just glitched it out. So I had to take the battery out, put the battery back in, and then turn it up, and then it kind of reset itself. But that was really my fault for jamming all the buttons together. Oh man, you're bringing back high school days. Got the Strawberry Hill and what was that grape shit? Uh, Purple Passion. Ugh, God, that shit was horrible. Do you carry the SRO? Feel it is reliable for daily? Yeah, I carried the SRO forever on my Staccato C2. Hell, I carried it for 6 months. Um, you're probably not going to be rolling around on the ground. You're not going to be taking the gun and chunking it on the ground and doing stuff like that. I mean, I think a lot of people would probably argue with me, but I think it would be fine. I mean, I carried mine, never had an issue with it. I have shot the Ramey. I don't own one. I never would personally own one. I don't care for them at all. Trigger's horrendous, and the mags are a pain in the ass and super expensive, even if you can find them since they discontinued them. Hello, Romer. How are you? What about the CZ SP01 Shadow safety only? Is that a nice gun to own? Yes, it is. Yep. I prefer the Shadow 2 because I like the grip better, but the SP01 is a nice gun. And the safety model actually has a better trigger. But yeah, I mean, they're good guns. All the Shadows are good guns. Big J, what CZ is a compact carry with a hammered fired single action only and double action only? Probably the P07. It's a compact. They consider it a compact. I mean, I've got two of them and I really like them. And that's double action, single action with the Omega trigger, if that's what you're asking. And it is hammer fired, of course. They don't make a little tiny hammer fired gun. The P07, I think, is the smallest one CZ makes, and it's a fabulous gun. I love my P07s and P09s. I actually shoot. What's really weird, I have huge hands. I actually shoot the P07 better than the P09, and then on my CZs, I shoot the P10C and the P10F about exactly the same. I shoot both of those really well, but P07 is a very good gun. What range ammo do you like and don't like? So many different brands now. I mean, I really prefer brass. I don't really shoot a lot of steel. I have it as like an emergency, and I have shot it through my guns to make sure they will shoot steel, but I don't shoot steel consistently. Um, it can wear out extractors over time. It can cause some damage to guns. I'm not there's people who shoot it all the time. Now I'm talking about through pistols. Um, I would rather shoot aluminum, and I've shot a ton of aluminum. I still have a lot of aluminum that I stocked up on way back when. I would rather shoot aluminum pistol ammo than steel ammo. That's my personal opinion because it's soft. It's softer than steel. But you know, yeah, I mean, I shoot pretty much what I can get. I still have a lot of backstock that I have been kept over the years. That's why I'm still able to shoot so much. I mean, because hell, when I go to the range, like I just went to the range Saturday with those two guns, and I shot 472 rounds between two guns. Ooh, have you heard of the my die Hellwayne 920 surplus Egyptian 9mm Floridian? I have not. I have not heard of that. Maybe I've seen it and didn't even know what the hell it was, but I'm not familiar with that one. Let's see here. Just picked up a couple of 308 hammers, a Scar 17 and a Daniel Defense DD5V4. Put a Voodoo scope on the Scar. Now I'm broke. No, I would hear you there. Those aren't some cheap ones. Yeah, but no, I love 308s. I've got a Lancer L30 heavy metal. I've got the POF. I really like 308. Hello, Matt. How are you, man? Boone's Farm. Yep, I remember that. Mad Dog 2020. Hello, Tradbo Teller. I said hello. Is 1300 a brand new Shadow 2 optic ready a good deal? It is for an optic ready. Uh, the only thing about the optic ready is you've got a plate, and their plates are kind of thick, so it is going to raise your optic up higher. And the thing about the Shadow 2 optic ready is you really have to put, a little more blue Loctite on the threads, and you really have to use a fat wrench to torque it down good. So that way you won't have anything backing off, because the optic ready Shadow 2s have been known to back off if you don't torque them properly and use a little bit of drop. Don't gob it in there. But that's why I really prefer on the Shadow 2 to have it milled, because you can get it so much deeper and it'll really put that. I mean, my SRO, honestly, my SRO on my Shadow 2, when Fire for Effect did it, it actually co-witnesses, I mean, with the front sight, the stock front sight. That's how low they have a patent on it. But I mean, the hood is actually almost touching the slide. That's how low it is. But nobody else can do it that low except them. I know you're an avid Staccato guy, but have you handled any of the Wilson Combat's FX or SFX 9s? Yes, I played with them at Texas Gun Experience. They don't really do that much for me. Um, I've shot the ED, what is it, the EDC9. I've shot it. I have not shot the SFX though, but I have put my hands on it. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, I mean, Wilson Combat makes really good guns. Um, in my opinion, this is my opinion, even over the EDC X9, I would actually still get the Staccato C2 or the MPA over that gun, over the Wilson Combat, because they're both milled. You can get the duos in both of those setups to where you can have optics on it. And then if you have Wilson do the optic, I think it's another $600 or something. I mean, I've shot them. Not saying they're bad guns, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Yeah, in a Glock you can shoot steel all the time. I mean, it can still sometimes wear out your extractor, and I have seen in a Glock where on steel it will actually swell the case. I've seen some guys have to knock them out, but or you'll get what's called the Glock bulge. I'm sure some of the Glock guys are aware of that, or Glock people. Oh, Matt shot his 8-inch Anaconda. There you go. Fun, fun, fun. Dennis is asking me, what are my thoughts on the 300 Blackout? I think 300 Blackout is an awesome round. If you follow me for a long time, I love 300 Blackout. I have quite a few of them and quite a bit of ammo for them. They're great with subs, suppressed, super, super quiet. However, in the 300 Blackout, and I've said this before, I'm a super. I prefer supers for lethality and speed. That's just my opinion, but I love the 300 Blackout platform because of course, if you have ARs and if you want to try this, if you own an AR, you can simply order. Now, if it's a 16-inch AR, you have to order a 16-inch 300 Blackout completed upper, but you can order just a completed 300 Blackout upper, pop it on there, put your bolt carrier group and your charging handle in, and now you have a 300 Blackout. You don't have to buy a whole gun. If you have the pistol version already on a 223 556, then you could order a pistol version of a 300 Blackout upper and do the exact same thing if you want to try it. But I love 30 caliber. I'm all about the 30 cal. I actually prefer 300 Blackout. I've said this many, many times. I prefer 300 Blackout over 556 and 223. Hello, Vito. How are you, man? Rock Chalk, it is, I have videos on it also. It is Fire, Fire, for Effect, LLC. They're in El Paso, Texas. They've also make rifles. I've got some, I've got my custom truck gun they did for me also, or milled it. They're actually a manufacturer, so they make a lot of their own stuff in house, like uppers, lowers, stuff like that. So I've got some one-off stuff too from them. But they do a fantastic job on the Shadow 2. It is the lowest. It's lower than Primary Machine. It is the lowest in the game. Nobody can copy it because they have a patent on it. And it goes on a special way. It has lugs that are milled down into it. What are your thoughts on the Nighthawk TRS comp version? I think it's actually a fantastic gun. I have seen one. Didn't buy it. I should have bought it. But no, I think they're great guns. I think it's like an elegant comp gun, so to say. Hello, MD Polo. How are you, man? MD Polo just hit. MD Polo, did you hit 10,000 subscribers? I think you hit 10,000 subscribers. So y'all go over and check out MD Polo, and don't forget, from the Hot Pot, reloading from the Hot Pot just hit 3,000, and over on Chris's channel, they're going to have little party thing for him tonight. Yep, 8.6 black is the new flavor of the day, guys. Get with it. Yes, 8.6 is pretty awesome. I mean, from what I'm seeing from it, I've never shot it. It's cool. I mean, I do like, the whole point of it. Yep, Ranger's saying 300 Blackout's about $1.25 a round. Actually, you can find it cheaper. I've seen it online cheaper, but I bought it way back when. I bought a shitload of it, thousands and thousands of rounds of all different grains. Um, so, yep, I got it way, way cheaper than that back in the good old days. Pistol Pete, they do. CZ Custom makes them. It's basically it's a mini Shadow 2. They actually do. I think MD Polo had one, and I've shot one before. It wasn't my gun, but I've shot it. Humble had it. It was one of his buddies. Yeah, they're super nice guns. So they do make them or made them. I know they're not cheap, but yeah, they're cool. Yep, he hit 10,000. I thought that was it. Let's see here. What is my favorite competition gun? I mean, I didn't, shoot a ton of competition. I shot it for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years or whatever. Not every weekend, but probably my Shadow 2. I mean, it's a fantastic gun. It does not have a stock trigger, and y'all have seen it. It's the orange one with the SRO on it. That was probably my favorite one, for competition. Here's the thing, and I've even told Humble about it and all that other shit. USPSA needs to open up, not just to carry, because they don't want single action guns in carry optics. And I told him, I said they need to open up like a single action, tactical or whatever you want to call it, because that would let a lot of the Staccato guys, people who carry 1911s, 2011s, other than single stack, be able to shoot and have fun in it. Because if you really think about it, a striker fire, you come out of your holster, trigger. Well, on a single action gun, you come out of your holster, you hit the safety, then you pull the trigger. So on a timer, if anything, the striker fire should be faster, you would think. I mean, you could time it just perfectly where you flip it off, because I can do it pretty fast, and I'm not a super go fast guy. But, I don't really see what their beef is on that. I mean, you're going to have a better trigger on a single action, most single actions, but you can make some striker fires super light too. So I don't know. I just don't see I just think it's kind of fuddy. And I told Humble this to my face, or to his face. I've told him that numerous times. So I'm not trying to bash USPSA. I think, if they want to open it up and let more people play, because they're always like, hey, we want more people, but yet you have to do this, or this, and I understand you can go to an outlaw match and do all that. I understand that. But if they opened up a couple of things or changed some of those things to let more people play, I think they would. And, good on them for letting for letting lights and things like that in there now. So they are opening up some. I just wish they would open it up a little bit more. Let's see here. Oops, where did it go here? Hang on. Well, it flew by. Hang on. Yeah, Brian's saying if you're interested in the 8.6, check out X-Ring's channel. He has a couple of great videos on that cartridge. Yeah, he does. I looked at him. Ray is a wealth of knowledge, and he has a lot of fun stuff. Exactly. I do understand that, Bald. But what my whole point is, they want more and more and more people into the sports. Think about it. You've got guys with open guns, but a guy with a Staccato and a comp, or something like that. I mean, you're competing against a major power factor gun. Could somebody do it? Yeah, they could compete against it, but I just think it would open it up more. That's the only thing I'm saying. And I'm not hating on them. I just think, they're always like, we want more people to play. We want more people to play. Even if they had maybe like some kind of a tactical division, if you wanted to call it that or whatever, and you might get more law enforcement out there. You might get more military guys out there. You know, who knows? But I think it'd be cool. I only shoot 2 USPSA production class matches and use my CZ Shadow 2. The most stressful part for me was having to lower the hammer on a live round because they forced me to start in double action. Yeah, they do force you to start in double action. It's not a big deal. I mean, I've done it thousands of times. I know it is kind of weird for some people who have first done it, you know, with basically grabbing the hammer, pulling the trigger, and letting the hammer go down at the same time, or you can put your thumb in there and let it drop on your thumb and then slide your thumb out. You could do it that way too. But I know it is kind of weird. You know, I've seen some people let some go on accident. So it's just, you know, don't have a sweaty palm or sweaty fingers when you're trying to do it, you know. But I have seen people let them, you know, send around on accident. You know, of course, it's facing down range. Nobody's in the way, but I have seen people do it before. Yeah, Pistol Pete's got a valid point. Just practice a snap cap and it will be second nature. Yeah, and Bald, I have, even in USPSA, I have actually shot not for competition. I've shot for no score before, even in the USPSA. Yeah, I know. I've always kind of asked that too, but you know, you still got the hammer back because you'd basically be carrying it cocked and locked, so to say, or competing with it cocked and locked. But they just won't allow it. So on double action, single action guns, so that's the way it's always been. So that's what I always have to do to the CZ Shadow 2. And I had to do it with the P09, but I had the decocker on it. So it wasn't a big deal. I've shot the P09 in competition. I shot the Shadow 2. I've shot my P10C. What else have I shot in competition? That might be it. Oh, I shot the TSO. I shot the TSO, but I wasn't open when I shot that, or not for score, or whatever you want to call it. Have you shot HM Defense ARs? Great company out of Ohio. I have not. Ranger, I'm not familiar with HM Defense, so I never shot one before. Let's see here. Oh, another thing, I had some comments on my channel that said gun channels, and these were some of these quotes, and he put in parentheses gun channels. Gun channels should not get political on gun videos. That was his comment to me. And I said, my comment was, my comments or my political comments are for gun rights, to keep our gun rights. And I said, do you not believe in that? And he never replied back. But some people have said that I've gotten too political by some of my memes and some of my, I guess, things I've said, but I don't give two shits. I say what I want to say, when I want to say it, and how I want to say it. I am not PC. I'm not going to be PC, and I don't give two shits if anybody gets upset and has to go talk to their mama. I'm just not that way, and I'm not going to fold like a fucking lawn chair. So it ain't happening here. You heard me say it. It's on video. It ain't going to change. So I don't give two flying shits. Pistol Pete says, bring in the politics. We need to push back and speak out about it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially a gun channel. Now, I guess if you're a gaming channel or whatever, you know, but I'm like, you're in the wrong boat. You're going to start messing with me. Save the drama for your mama. I agree. I don't have time for them. When rights get politicized, the subject gets political. Fuck them. Yeah, I don't care. And plus, I don't want any panty waste here. I'm sorry, but I can't deal with that shit. All this PC shit. No, that doesn't happen here. I'm not here to coddle you. I don't pass out medals for your non-participation ass. Yep. If we don't get political, we will lose our 2A rights. Yeah. I mean, hell, we're going to lose our country, not just our 2A rights. Big J, I think you need to get some sensitivity training. You're hurting my feelings. Well, Dennis, I love you, man, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, you're political, or you're not political enough. If you think being nice to Democrats will get you anywhere, you're sadly mistaken. 13 senators voted in favor of gun control, and the Dems introduced an assault weapon ban. Yeah, exactly right, man. Uh, Big Johnson Guns and Gear. What's the most you've driven in a week? Just did over 2,000 miles in 6 days. Wow. I have driven from here. Well, I've driven from. Well, hell, I drove from Texas to, the Carolinas, multiple times. You remember that? I saw your ass. I've driven from here to California and back. I'm fixing to go to El Paso next week, so I'll be in El Paso, and that's a pretty good trek from where I am, and then coming back that same week. So, I've driven a lot. I don't know the exact mileage though, but I don't remember. I remember documenting it, but I don't know, IBG. Yeah, I haven't seen Sig Kim or Kathleen. I think Kathleen's still around. I think I saw her on like Work the Trigger. I don't know. I don't maybe some things I've said. You never know. Ooh, Pistol Pete. Yeah, 2002 days on two wheels. Wow. Oh, also, I got news. Picked up a customer in California. So I am going to have to go to California probably a couple of times a year too. And of course, I can't carry because it's not. I'm not approved, so to say. I won't be driving. I'll be flying, but I'm not looking forward to that. But it is what it is. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. How are you? Uh, yeah, and old Liz Cheney's down the road motors, which I'm very, very happy about. Glad she is history. And supposedly, I think she came out and said she's going to try to run for president in 2024. Her father shot somebody in the face and didn't even get in trouble. Oh, Dick Cheney. A lot of people probably may be young and don't remember that, but I do. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, also, I was just thinking about this, and I want to get y'all's opinion. This is something you can simmer on, and you can leave a comment after the chat because we're about to shut it down here in a minute because Chris and Hot Pot have theirs. But I've been thinking about doing something, and I don't know if I should. I've been thinking about changing the name of my channel. It would be Big Johnson or something like that. But I've been thinking about it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I've just been thinking about it. It's been Big Johnson Guns and Gear forever, and I love that name. But I was like, Big Johnson something. I don't know. Just let me know if I should or if I shouldn't. And like I said, I'm not stuck either way. I was just thinking about it. It was just something popped into my head. No, there's no sweetness here. And I don't know if that customer knows what he's in for. No. What are your thoughts on the Shadow Systems MDR DRXR 920? I think they're a great gun. If you're wanting a Glock type pistol, I think they're a great gun. I've played with them and handled them. I haven't shot one yet, but I played with them and done that. So, changed it. Pistol Pete, your call, Big J. Don't change the name, my opinion. Then Brian is saying, changed it, current Babe doesn't describe your channel. Maybe saying current name doesn't describe my channel. Went to see University of North Carolina, Coastal Carolina University, University of Georgia, University of Tennessee in 6 days, and managed spent day at a beach and looked at some properties in Tennessee. Cool, man. Yeah, I remember when we did the college tours, went to Alabama and shit all over the damn place. Big J, guns and gears, an established commodity. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't have to change it. No, I'm not putting tactical in the name. Matter of fact, way back in the day, I talked to Coda Boy when he was talking about changing his name, and I told him, don't put tactical in it, and he did it. It's Coda Boy Tactical. Okay, AK Dongs. All right. Keep the name. Okay. Yeah, because y'all don't know this, but I've been getting a lot of shadow banned. Um, if you look at it, every time I put out a video, they demonetize a lot of them. Some they don't demonetize, but I can just tell it's never get put in the algorithm, probably because I have guns in my name, I'm sure, which, it is what it is. But I kind of want to get messages out to more people. Not saying I have to have more subscribers. I just want more people to be able to see it. And I know that YouTube is really throttling it down because I have gun in the name of my channel. I do know that, but it is what it is. Hate the word tactical. Yeah, you've heard my rant on it. The name tactical is so freaking overused. Let's see here. Where did it go? Don't change your name. Logo change, maybe. I kind of like the Texas. Kind of tells where I'm from. Big Johnson, tactical. Yeah, there you go. Change it. Brian says change it. It's better than Little Johnson. That's funny. There's actually a story behind my name. I've actually been called Big Johnson for real. That's not a name I made up. I've been called that for probably 30 plus years. Um, Way back when I was a little kid, they used to call my dad Big Johnson and call me Little Johnson. Well, hell, when I was 10 years old, I was taller than my dad. And then when 11 or 12, then what's funny is my dad's friends started calling me Big Johnson and him Little Johnson, and that pissed him off. So that's the way it's always been. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking about, Big Johnson G&G or BJGG or something, but I think I want to keep the Big Johnson part. Yeah, that's exactly what, I've gotten the same type of comments, MD Polo. So that's kind of where I was going, Big J, because back in the day, I started my channel as Big Johnson, and then everybody thought I was running a porn channel. So I got those comments all the time, and I was like, no, 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 I'm not. So, but anyway, it is what it is. So, all right, well, I'm gonna shut this down because I've gone a couple of minutes over. Tune in over to Chris 740 and reloading from the hot pot. He's having his 3,000 subscriber celebration over there, and that'd be something y'all can check out. But I appreciate y'all so much. If you have any questions or comments after the chat, please leave them below, and I'll get back with y'all. Y'all all have a great evening. Be safe out there. Thank y'all so much for being on the chat. Thank you for all the great comments and everything. I really want y'all to know that I really do appreciate it. So thank y'all all so much and have a great night. Head over to 740 and check out Chris and those guys. Take care, everyone. Later.